Hey, my name is Pete Cookston. We're here today to show you how to be the hero of your barbecue. The hero in your backyard or at your tailgate. What we want to do is give you tricks from the pros that you can take and make things flavorful, make things taste great, and make things really stand out. I always say cook bold or go home, and that's what we're about here. I've been cooking barbecue for over 20 years. In 2010, I won the World Championship of Barbecue at Memphis in May. Not only did we win it, we won it with the greatest piece of meat ever, the whole hog. When you can cook a whole hog perfectly, from end to end, squeal to heel, you know that you've got a great ability to cook meat. It doesn't matter whether it's beef, chicken, pork, snake, lizard, or frog. If it swims, walks, or crawls, I can cook it. And we're going to show you how to cook it too. Today we're going to cook one of my favorite pieces of meat to cook, a whole pork loin. Why do I like it so much? I think it's really the most versatile piece of meat out there. You can take it and make pork chops out of it. You can take it and smoke the whole thing like a really nice restaurant. Or you can take it and kind of do a combination, which is really my favorite. So what we're going to do is trim one down, show you how to smoke it, and get it on and get it off today. And I think you're really going to get some great tips from it. So what we're going to do right now is open up half of a pork loin. Now, go to Sam's or your local wholesale store or grocery store and buy whole pork loins. Don't purchase pork chops anymore, okay? Because that's what this is. It's just pork chops at this stage if we want to cut it, trim it up. Now what we can do though today is we're going to make it an exceptional pork chop. Now when you get this, you're going to see a lot of silver skin and fat on one side of the pork loin. So what you're going to do is take your knife and slide it through that, right under it, and then tilt it up slightly and work your way through some of it. And you're basically just going to trim it off, just like this. Now as you're doing this, you want to make sure if you miss a cut or you cut too deep, just pull the knife out and start back over, no big deal. If you wanted to right now, you could just take this and cut it into great pork chops, just as thick as you want them or as thin as you want them. Thin if you want to fry them, or thicker if you're looking to grill them. But we're not going to do that today. These are going to be going into the smoker. So we're going to take it and just put some barbecue rub on it. This is my own blend. You're welcome to go to the website and get the recipes for a great barbecue rub. Just season it very liberally. And then we're going to take some common yellow mustard and just lightly put some on. And basically what you're doing is this mustard is going to help form a coating over the pork loin and help with the rub and adhere to the product so that we get a nice coat. And you'll see how it smooths out the product and makes it much more even. And the vinegar in the mustard is also going to help with a little tenderization. And it's also going to help the smoke flavor adhere to it. We're going to start our cooker at 275 degrees. Pork loin doesn't have a lot of internal fat like you find in a pork shoulder. So we don't need to cook it slow and low in order to render those fats out. We're basically wanting to put some smoke flavor on it and get it cooked. And the internal temperature we're looking for is 145 degrees, and I'll tell you why in just one second. Okay, after a couple of hours of cooking, we've got our pork loin ready. What we're going to do is just come in and pull it. Kind of hot. Okay, and this pork loin is done now. Just tempted at 145 degrees, and we're going to let it rest for about 15 minutes usually before you want to slice it. And that's going to take it up another 5 degrees or so. One of the reasons I pull it at that level though is it maintains the moisture in the product, as well as it kind of gives you some flexibility on if you want to finish it on the grill. That's one reason I love these pork loins like this, is that they're so versatile. You can do a couple of things. We can just glaze the whole thing with some great barbecue sauce and serve it, or we can take it and slice it up into thick pork chops, even cool them, refrigerate them overnight, and then just heat them on the grill tomorrow, and people will never know you just pulled them out of the refrigerator. The other thing you can do, slice them very thin and make mini sliders with them. That's a great tailgate item. But what I like to do is just put a really nice glaze on. And then just slice. And you can see when we get this, you can just see the moisture there. Beautiful smoke ring, which is that pink ring around the outside edge. That's from our cherry wood. And we want moisture in your product. How about that? Yes. Pork loin is really the perfect item for tailgating, backyard barbecues, or just a quick meal. Looks great. People will think you spent a lot more effort than you had to on it, but the taste is just wonderful. So I really recommend it to put in your repertoire of things to cook.